tube starting from the mouth, going all the way to the anus, right? Like there's a big tube called the alimentary canal, right? The alimentary canal starts with which tube?
Esophagus.
The esophagus, right? Food goes down the esophagus first, right? And see how that's this structure right here? If we move away the trachea, right? Remember the esophagus behind it? If I pin the structure, esophagus, right? Esophagus goes all the way down, pierces through the diaphragm, boom, and it's going to go to which structure next?
Stomach.
The stomach. It's going to go to the stomach next, right? Remember, in the beginning of the stomach, we had a little entrance thing, right? The cardiac sphincter, right? The cardiac sphincter. And then what exits the stomach? We have which sphincter? Pyloric sphincter. The pyloric sphincter. Right? What's inside the stomach? The wrinkly structure inside the stomach. Rugae. Excellent. Cool. Right after the stomach, we have what organ first? Which the duodenum, right? Which small intestine? The duodenum. So remember I said if I ever pin the small intestines, I would pin it closer to like the ends or smack in the middle, right? If I pin this end, this is probably the what? Duodenum. If it's smack in the middle, jejunum, right? And then towards the very end, ileum. If you could, I could find it. So see how this right here, do you guys sort of see this? This right here is the largest, ascending colon. This is the large intestine, and see how this right here, see how the tube is smaller? Right? That's the end of the small intestines. Right
That's the cellum. What's it called? The cellum.
Cecum is the beginning of
Right in between.
Well, the cecum is right here. Okay. But this structure right here is the ileum. Right? Ileum. If I pin this is the ileum. But the cecum is the little bulge that comes out, right?
Okay.
Bulge that comes out. Excellent, right? So DJ, ill, and then we're going to go to the large intestines, right? The large intestines, remember it does a huge rainbow thing, right? Okay. You can see the rainbow? Right? If I pin this structure, right? Pin this structure and I ask you, okay, this structure, is it for part of the midgut, foregut, or hindgut? Is it part of the hindgut?
Midgut.
Why? What is the structure?
Ascending.
This is the ascending colon. Remember, jump is a trap, right? Ascending colon. Okay. A trap. Okay. Ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. Descending colon.
Sigmoid colon.
And the sigmoid colon, remember, it's a little S shape. It was pretty deep and it's very difficult to see. More likely, you guys will see that on like the models versus the cat. Okay. And same thing with the rectum, and the anus is just an opening. So we went through the entire tube, right? Notice while we were talking about this entire tube, we actually didn't talk about the liver, pancreas, or the gallbladder. Because if you think about it, our food doesn't go through those structures, right? They don't go through there. But those three organs still help us. They contribute to the digestion of our body, right? Of our food, right? So which we talked about earlier, right? The liver contributes to the digestive system how? They provide the digestive system with
The bile.
bile. How about the pancreas? With
Pancreatic juice.
Pancreatic juice is dumped into the ampulla of water through what tube?
Pancreatic duct.
Pancreatic duct. Right, pancreatic duct. And then the gallbladder contributes how?
It
Stores the bile.
Stores extra bile and releases it whenever it needs extra bile. Okay. Cool. You guys remember the location of the pancreas? Alright, this right here. Alright, carne asada
Underneath the greater omen.
underneath the greater omentum. Right. With this consistency, you know, okay, definitely that's gotta be the pancreas. This is the pancreas. Do you guys remember what this was?
Spleen.
Spleen. Right, excellent. Speaking of spleen, do you guys remember the blood vessels that drain to this entire region? This group did a very good job of cleaning out the hepatic portal vein system, right? See how this right here is the first blood vessel? That right there is the splenic vein, right? Once we pass the splenic vein and we're getting closer to the liver itself, this region right here, this region must be what? Hepatic portal. So if I pin this region, okay, that's the hepatic portal vein. Splenic. And then the other branch right here coming down, right? The next branch would be the what?
Superior mesenteric.
Superior mesenteric. Any of these branches, right? Superior mesenteric. Okay. Excellent. And the inferior mesenteric, probably, I'm not going to pin it. Letting you guys know. On the other side, ooh, where's the first one? I think they're right here. Okay, so do you guys see this blood vessel here? There's one here, and there's one here, and the one all the way down here. All right, this last one is the what? Inferior mesenteric artery. Good. And then the very first one is the celiac artery, and then this one right here is the superior mesenteric artery. Do you guys remember? Some of you guys, I showed you guys the tug trick.
Yeah.
Right? By tugging it, you know exactly which gut responds to which system, foregut, midgut, or hindgut. Okay. Okay. It's kind of cool. All right. Moving on. I should talk about, since we're down here anyway. Do you guys remember what this was? Kidneys. The kidneys. The white tube coming out of it is the ureter, right? It contains what? Urine. Okay. I could ask you. See, because it flows through it, right? This structure here is the what?
Bladder.
It's the bladder, right? And then what sends
Urethra.
it out through to the outside? It's the urethra. Urethra. Excellent. Cool. What sits on top of the kidney? There's something that sits on top of the kidney. Adrenal glands. Excellent. Adrenal glands, right? And that we saw on the model. It's kind of hard to see on the cat. It's actually kind of difficult to find. So definitely you could check out the models for that. Okay. All right. This structure here is the trachea. When the trachea actually splits into two separate tubes, we call that the what? Bronchi, right? The bronchi. The trachea is made up of these structures that you guys can sort of see. Cartilaginous rings. And what are their functions?
Keeps the airway open.
Keeps the airway open at all times. Very important. Can you guys see the cartilages on top? The one on the very, very top is the what? Thyroid. And the one just below it is the cricoid. Definitely check out the models for those too. Okay. Do you guys remember the funnel-like passageway that connects specifically in the nasal cavity to the throat? Nasopharynx, right? Do you guys remember what are the two modes of digestion in the mouth?
Mechanical and chemical.
Mechanical how? Teeth by chewing. And chemical by how? Amylase or saliva, which is in there.
You would accept both of those or any of those?
The term that we use in Da Vinci was saliva, but if you tell me, okay, it's specifically the amylase, I will give you credit for both. Okay. You're just being more specific, which is excellent. All right, what else can I ask you guys? The universal blood donor type is what? Oh, universal blood recipient is the AB. Excellent. What else? I think. Let's see if I could bring out any models. I'm gonna see if I could. That one I already used on the cat. Do you see the respiratory model on the bottom? Yeah. Alright, so there's a particularly hard question that I could think of that I asked before that always trips up students. I sort of want to give you guys a heads up, right?
Oh, sorry.
Do you guys see this blood vessels, the ones inside the lungs? No, related to the lungs must be what blood vessel here? Pulmonary
Artery.
Is it artery?
Veins.
Veins. See how that was super tricky? Because remember the whole thing with like the pulmonary arteries and veins are the only exception, right? Anything red means it's oxygenated, right? And pulmonary veins actually carry oxygenated blood, right? So this right here is actually the pulmonary vein. while the blue right here is the pulmonary arteries. Super tricky, right? You have to really, oh yeah. Okay. Pulmonary vein, pulmonary arteries. All right, excellent. Again, what was this right here?
Thyroid, cartilage,
Cricoid.
cricoid cartilage, bronchi,
Okay. Excellent. Oh, this is sort of tricky. What is this blood vessel right here? It's actually part of the superior vena cava. Because if you can you give me that heart right there? My big heart. Do you see how this right here corresponds to this right here? Do you guys see the 1, 2, 3 and the 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Right? Superior vena cava, that's this first one right here, this first blue. The middle one is the aorta, it's part of the aorta, and then the last one is the what? Pulmonary trunk. Pulmonary trunk. Excellent.
Want me to grab one of those?
I'm good. What else can I ask you guys on the exam? Can you bring me the do you see the baby model? This one works. It's a baby. This structure right here was the what? Guys, remember? It's from the first week. And this right here is the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube.
Oh, okay.
The fallopian tube kind of looks different from the. Do you see the other one? The little baby one. Okay. So this is, I think this is the first month, and this is the 5th month. And then if you look at it, see how it sort of changes shape just a little bit, but integrity is still the same. So this right here versus this, they're both the fallopian tubes, right? The site of egg production happens here, and that's where? Right here is the ovary, this yellow thing right here. And then you can see